to the famous links of Royal Troon this year. Lee Westwood will once again be amongst the top contenders. I caught up with the Englishman ahead of the championship.
Yeah, I'd love to win the Open. To me, it's the most important, biggest tournament in the world, and one I'd love to win. I've played links golf historically well in the past. I've had a lot of near misses, I suppose. I played well at Troon. I finished fourth last time I was here. There's nothing like walking up the final hole, in that like arena type thing with stands on both sides. A home crowd cheering for you, so it's it's a very passionate atmosphere. I like it that the Open has a rotation. I like that they have the Open at St Andrews every 5 years, but it's nice to see golf courses like Troon and Birkdale and Carnoustie, golf courses like that. Fantastic links courses and should have the Open played on them. I think it's a good links golf course, very traditional. Straight out, straight back. There's a lot of testing holes out there. 2004 was a good Open and I played pretty well and finished fourth, so I've got some good memories of it. I think you have to be a really good wind player to play this golf course. Normally the front nine plays downwind, and even if that plays downwind, then it's, it gives you birdie chances, but it's still difficult to make them, and it's a difficult golf course. I enjoy playing links golf. I enjoy the challenges. Sometimes you have 150 yards and it can be a little 4-iron, or you might have to adapt your game if it's downwind and you're hitting a sand iron. So I like the fact that you have to adapt to the conditions.
Lee, here we are on the 8th tee at Royal Troon, the famous postage stamp, one of the most difficult holes in professional golf. Standing on the tee here, just tell us a little bit about the hole.
Yeah, it looks quite easy, doesn't it?
It does.
The challenge is the green, as the name suggests, postage stamp. It's about as big as a postage stamp, so it's a very small green, well protected by bunkers. Today the wind's into, which is the normal wind, into out the right slightly. It's only really a low pitching wedge or maybe a little 9-iron. But it certainly has its challenges. You don't want to be in any of those bunkers, because they are very, very deep, and you're not guaranteed to get out of them, never mind close to the flag. The back left bunker is particularly bad, but none of them are particularly nice.
And is it safe to say that this hole can ruin a great round at Royal Troon if it goes wrong?
This along with a load of others around here, can ruin a good card. But this one, the length of it seems innocuous, but it's full of challenges. It's a good one to get out with a 3, and it just goes to prove that par 3s don't have to be 250 yards long to be difficult. The ones everybody remembers are the shorter ones. You think of this one, the 12th at Augusta, the 17th at Sawgrass. Most of the great par 3s people remember are short ones.
Could be good. Is it going to stay? Nice.
Yeah, I'd take that every time.
On the green.
I think like most links greens, they're pretty subtle. They're tricky to read. And depending on the wind, you sometimes have to read wind into the break of a putt that can move it on the greens. So they're normally very good. You normally get a great roll. These are some of the best links greens I've ever putted on here. So if you're stroking it well, they're pretty true.
There it is.
There we go.
The perfect birdie. When you're coming down the home stretch on the 18th fairway, when you've got the galleries and the atmosphere is electric, does that have an effect on how you play your final hole?
Well, you'd be fairly nervous, but no, you're obviously very focused. You must be playing well, as you wouldn't be in the position you're in. And you're sort of in the zone, really. You don't see the crowds so much or hear the crowds. You're just focused on doing what you need to do. I've taken the club here that won't put me through the back of the green, because you don't want to be on the gravel in front of the clubhouse. Somewhere in the front sort of half of the green will be perfect.
Straight down the middle. Next to the pin.
There you go.
The perfect shot, Lee Westwood, to finish off your Open Championship Sunday, really, isn't it?
It'll do.
Having taken a thorough approach to his preparations for the Open Championship, Lee is confident of his chances at Troon and is ready to embrace the challenges of an Open once again.